Listen, the reality is because I had Xavi praise on Twitter yesterday, and
Did you?
when a Real Madrid guy like me praises Barca, anything that some people get upset. So that's not natural. It's normal defense mechanisms. I get it. It's understandable. But I think a lot
Could
of Real
you be more specific? What happened? What was said?
just like I think someone was like thinking I was just trying to like suck some Kool-Aid's buttholes and stuff like that. Another one. So
What did you say?
I
You're
don't.
reluctant to say.
I never reply. I never respond. But
No, but what did you say that was triggering these Madridistas to be claiming that?
well, to be fair, very very few. It's like 1%. 99%. I think they can properly analyze and see that Barca are playing well, and they like and retweet and share it. And I have a lot of Kool-Aids who follow me now. I think they were very happy with it too. But I observe and analyze and just put it out there, without bias. I try not to, and I was really impressed with what Xavi's done. So I just, I tweeted why I think Xavi's done a good job and stuff. And I even called out, some of the people on football Twitter who would look at his interviews and use that as an opportunity to criticize him and say he's going to fail because his ideas are whack, etc. It's like, look, it turns out that one of the best midfielders of all time has some good ideas about organizing a team, which he has done, because this team looks way more organized. And it's not only just the tactical organization, but the man management. This is underrated, right?
Right.
Everyone's bought in. Everyone on the team seems to love him.
Yeah.
So that's important too. So he's got both the man management and the tactics down, which is something that Bernardo Silva recently praised Pep about. He's like, Pep has both. And it looks like at this point Xavi has both. And I should also mention that it's very early. It's possible things go south. It's also possible things go way north. And, Barca, this is only the launching point. You and I talked that this could be ahead of schedule because we assume that Xavi's real season starts next season, where he has a whole summer to implement things. Anyway, so we've discussed this. But so one of the replies to that tweet was, and I didn't actually get a chance to respond, and it wasn't out of arrogance. It was just like I don't have time to respond to everything. And the person who sent me a tweet actually might be listening to this podcast. His name is Tahmid Kalam, and a gentleman I really love. He's been a patron at Managing Madrid. He might be a patron here, and I met him in New York at our podcast. Lovely guy. I just haven't had a chance to respond, but he brought up some valid points, and he said, "Look, we have to mention that Xavi has signings that Koeman didn't have. He has Aubameyang and Adama and Ferran, and the front three essentially is the front three that Koeman didn't have." And I didn't get a chance to respond to that. But the reality is, if you were to respond to that, it would be, no, hold on a sec. Ferran, okay, fine. Ferran was proven at Manchester City. Aubameyang hasn't played meaningful football in 2 years.
Proven, he was on the bench a lot, huh?
Okay, fine, but like
he did not get many minutes.
We know he's a good player.
He was not the protagonist.
No, but come on, we know he's a good player. We already knew that before Barca signed him. He was good at the Spanish national team level.
From Valencia.
There's a reason Pep signed him. Pep was putting him as a striker, and Ferran was doing well in that situation. Like, he's a good player.
Brief time, yeah.
The other two, Aubameyang we haven't seen this version of Aubameyang since Dortmund days. Like, Arsenal literally were like, please take him. He's under contract, and we need a striker, but please take him. We need a goal scorer, but please take him. That's the reality of Aubameyang. Xavi took him and made him into something and gave him confidence. And it started with doing little things. Like, look, to be fair, I watched a lot of Aubameyang at Arsenal. One thing I thought he was doing well at Arsenal was that he was working hard defensively and doing some of the little things. But
it does do that. Yeah.
So he was starting to do that right away, and now he's scoring flying goals like he was at Dortmund. The other one, Adama Traore, as much as you can say he's a good player, I don't know who tweeted out this stat, but it's widely circulated now. He already has as many assists at Barca than he did at Wolves in like 2 years.
I saw that.
Like, so we can't be like, oh, Xavi has like, it's not like Xavi signed superstars. He signed players that were like, what the hell are you doing? And he's got them playing at this level. So that has to be said. It's not like if you're gonna use that against Xavi to say, well, Xavi has these signings like Koeman did, fine. But like, look at who Xavi has signed
where
and
they
what
come
he's gotten
from.
out of them. I think that's important to point out.
And in that sense, it's still early days. You're right. It's still early days for Xavi and his project. It's still early days for these 3 new signings that are having an immediate impact. There's no doubt about it. But having said that, you see how the midfield is clicking. You see how all of these, Nico and Xavi were coming off of the bench. We're deep now. We're getting very nicely deep. Like, and take that statement any which way you want. Honestly, we've got a bench now, though. No, from a sporting perspective, we have a bench now, and that's a really good thing. By the way, Gavi, I don't know why he picked up that yellow card so late into the game. I don't know if it was to get a clean slate, but he's missing the next game. Obviously, Barca, we've pulled Galatasaray in the next round, in the round of 16s. First game will once again be at the Camp Nou away at Galatasaray. In theory, naturally, Barca heavy favorites. There's no doubt about it, regardless if Xavi wants to admit that or not, which he doesn't, which is, I get his motives for it. But, the journey continues in the Europa League. That definitely, I want to go all for it. I haven't been this excited on a European night in a long, long time like yesterday. It was widely, I hope, celebrated by culés everywhere. It was fun to watch. It was, it felt like, the good old European nights for sure. And, I saw something was written about whether or not Barca will be celebrating winning the Europa League. Whether, obviously we're going to go for it and we want to win it, but whether we would celebrate it or not.
What does that mean?
I would celebrate. Yeah, well, I don't know. I imagine celebrating.
You mean like a parade?
How a parade normally go downtown, with the bus.
Oh, you guys will definitely do it if you win.
I don't see why not. This is such a young project. If you don't celebrate these small milestones, how are you going to appreciate the big ones, And this is post Messi now. No, seriously. This is post Messi. This is post Bartomeu Rousset. We're back into, the Laporta, Mateo Alemán, Xavi era. Now this is a Cruyffism. Talk about the teachings of the great Johan Cruyff, the philosophy that is now back at Barca that is really we strayed away from, and also these Masia players like Adama Traoré, we ran dry. Like we didn't know how to take advantage of other Masia players at a certain point in time when we became a PlayStation-like team, and I celebrate the fact that now. Okay, Pedri is not a Masia player. He was brought in last year, but fits the bill perfectly. Again, and we almost take it for granted, which is why I gave him the Man of the Match award, even though I really desperately wanted to give it to Frankie. But I gave it to Pedri because I thought he was magnificent. I'm so happy to see this player play under Xavi Hernandez at Barca. And he's just so fucking good, man. He's just so good. I don't know if you read neither the interview or some of the statements of Blanes, the ex-scouting, sporting director that brought him in, how he signed him and stuff from Las Palmas. He was wanted by big clubs, everybody from Madrid to Bayern as well. Pedri was, he was on the eye, the eye of the storm. What did I say before? In the storm of the eye of many clubs. And I'm just really happy he ended up at Barca. With him, like I said, Gavi, Nico, if we get Frankie continuing to play like Ajax Frankie, I'm excited, man. Araujo in the back, Dest even, I think he's getting something really positive out of Dani Alves being there, I think, because we've seen the best version of Dest as well. Yeah. So Jordi Alba obviously still impactful as well, the old, and he has been criticized heavily, but also he has been back in form. Great run, and obviously that opening goal. It's I'm excited, man, and the Clásico is going to be a big, massive test for us to see where exactly we are at. But let's go. Let's keep working towards that. I can't. And hey, it looks like we're not going to be able to do a churros, huh? By the way,
Yeah,
sorry to deviate here, but
mostly because La Liga decided to schedule at 9 p.m. on Sunday, which
they
is
heard
not
about our plan and we're like, oh,
shut it
put
down. Shut
Yeah.
it down. Yeah, they shut it down. They shut us down. And they didn't want churros running riot in the street. They didn't want Diego running with churros in the street at 3 a.m. drunk out of his mind. So they said, Diego, you work Monday morning. We're going to schedule this Sunday night so you have no time to get back to Barcelona in time at the office Monday morning.
It's unfortunate.
Frankie,
I was very looking forward to it.
Des has been awesome. Frankie, a testament to patience, because I thought yesterday he was phenomenal. Look, the Frankie's best attribute to me is like he can get you up the field with just ingenious movements off the ball. He's a great passer. He's just he can show us an outlet. He finds solutions, and he's just constantly moving. And all of a sudden, you get Barca from their own box to the opposing penalty box, like really just because of him. He's moving, passing, and getting into the box. He's really great at that, and that's why to me he has to play that exact role he did yesterday, and not the Busquets role, because this is where he thrives. Yeah, listen, I want to talk about some other Spanish teams because